Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shock Horror Theatre. My name is Ruben Crowley, and this is my review for The Invisible Man 2020. So dear viewer, if you don't mind, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So, like I said, The Invisible Man released in 2020 and comes to us from that talented bastard Leigh Whannell, who you might remember from such movies as the original Saw, Insidious, Upgrade. But here he has written and directed a reboot of the original Invisible Man movie, which was released all the way back in the 1930s. So how is this reboot? Absolutely bloody fantastic, but we can discuss more of that now. So, story. This film is loosely based on H.G. Wells' 1897 novel of the same name, and stars the wonderfully talented Elisabeth Moss as a woman who believes she is being stalked and gaslit by her ex-boyfriend, after he may or may not have acquired the ability to become invisible. The film also stars Aldous Hodge, Storm Reid, Harriet Dyer, and Michael Dorman. And don't think this is just a flimsy science fiction horror movie, dear viewers, like previous Invisible Man movies like Hollow Man, Memoirs of an Invisible Man. That is a horror movie, just for very different reasons than you might think. This film deals with a lot of dark and disturbing subject matter, such as domestic abuse, mental health, paranoia. And Elisabeth Moss has to do most of the heavy lifting in this movie. Well, luckily she is a very talented bastard and more than rises to the challenge. As does the screenplay from the wonderful Leigh Whannell, which takes the story and modernizes it in a very interesting and, frankly, frightening way. This film has some of the most clever, well-executed jump scares I've seen in a horror movie for years. There's also wonderful moments of tension and scenes that you honestly will not know how they're going to culminate. I won't spoil anything, even though the movie's been out for 5 years now, but there's a sequence in the rain, a sequence in an attic, a particularly effective sequence in a restaurant, and the whole ending of the film, which I think is absolutely bloody fantastic. Don't know why I'm singing that bit. And speaking of singing, this film also has a remarkable musical score, composed by the immensely talented Benjamin Wallfish, who you might remember from his work on It Chapter 2, A Cure for Wellness, and even Blade Runner 2049. What else can I tell you about this movie? Okay, we've already established it's a fantastic reboot of an old story. We've already established that the performances are excellent, that the music is excellent, that the screenplay is excellent, the direction is excellent, the jump scares are clever, well executed, and, you guessed it, excellent. Therefore, I must declare that The Invisible Man 2020 is excellent. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my review for The Invisible Man 2020. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewers, and that is simply that a good nightmare comes so rarely. So you better keep your eyes and your ears open. Ha ha